Oh, OJ, I've got a computer upstairs called an Apple Mac. It has photo booth on it. When I do my videos on photo booth, they run for about 7 minutes and then it starts to frame. But a peculiar thing has happened to me today. I've done 4 videos for you now, each one lasting about 5 minutes. And they're not recorded at all. So that's my son telling me that you need a longer video than a 5-minute video for this induction into high-tech computers. So this presentation has not been prepared, but I'll tell you what you'll get out of it. You'll get out of it of a career of a lifetime, and will be the envy of all your school buddies and friends and colleagues. You're going to be involved in the most interesting projects, and you're going to drive out a software house. You're going to be a key figure in the development of warmer communications for high-tech computers. But you'll be working for Red Octopus, because we've been established for 40 odd years. So you'll be an associate consultant. And for that, you find work, and we get a commission based on the work that you find. We'll teach you how to become a programmer, an SSNA program initially, to get you started with some skills you can use straight away. And we'll take it from there. But there's going to be so much more. Federico is coming on board. You'll be working with Federico. Federico is an SQL consultant, and we've agreed today that he should be looking at some PHP MySQL. But I might change that for him to do C, MVC, and Blazor Azure, so he can be mentored by Richard Gilbert, who's my senior Microsoft developer. So you'll be looking after Federico. He'll be reporting to yourself. So you effectively, you've got a management position. You're a management trainee. We're putting you on a management trainee course, so you'll become a manager in about a year's time. Right. So much to tell you. Get you started on programming first. You say you've got Python, HTML, and CSS. Well, that tells me that you're not learning enough about HTML and CSS, because if you've got CSS, you should have Bootstrap. So, and you should know about W3 schools. So we'll get you started on Bootstrap straight away, so you can add Bootstrap to your CV. And you start doing that straight away. Now you're going to be, that's part of Warmer Communications. That's a flagship development, Bootstrap for Warmer Communications. And under Warmer Communications, you'll be working for Foundation Consulting and Foundation Computing on databases. Now we're going to be producing SQL Server databases. That's under a project called Longhorn Peterloo, and that's driven out by Richard Gilbert. But I work on Whigby Pankhurst, which is Google Forms. So we're going to get you to do some Google Forms to do a shop for high-tech computers. So you'll need to register with a Google account and register a proto page. And when you register your proto page, you need to register it with forest404.com. because we've created a search engine, and you're going to help out by programming that search engine in Blazor Azure. So you're on a big project. This is going to be as big as Microsoft, by the way. Sorry, as big as Facebook. So you best be good at what you're going to be doing. You'll be tested. You'll be put to the sword and see how you come out. You'll be expected to work on Project Xenophon, which is working from home. So you'll need to write a time bank recording system to record your times. Now, when working at home, you don't get paid full rate. You get paid on a sixth of the hour, or a fifth of the hour, or a quarter of the hour, or a third of the hour, or half of the hour of what you actually get paid as an hourly rate. So you're going to be writing a payroll system called Quo Vadis, Erasmus. So that's another task. Now you should be taking down notes now of tasks that I'm throwing at you. That's Taskit. And tasks will be assigned classes. And we'll take you through that. Certain classes don't get charged for. They are research and development and training tasks. So the majority of your tasks are going to be research and development and training. There is no income from that. We don't gain income from what you're doing whilst you're training. But what you do is you build up your portfolio such that when we do get a contract, you have a portfolio that you can dip into and develop. So it's most important that you should invest as much time as you can, as much time as you possibly can afford, to work of an evening and a weekend to build up your portfolio. But I'm afraid you don't get paid for it. You're an associate consultant. Right? When you've got the skills, you'll be advertising your skills on LinkedIn, and then we'll be advertising you through Red Camel Systems, high-tech computers, to do warmer communications. Now, I'm leading up now to teaching you SSNA, Structured Social Networking Applications. So, start with Proto Page. Create your Proto Page and register it to forest404.com. Then create a Wix. You want a Wix transaction that does e-commerce, that takes money. So you'll have to have a bank account. So you'll need to set yourself up a business bank account and set yourself up in business as OJ's Computing Services and create a bank account so you can charge yourself out and do a Wix transaction to charge yourself out. Now you'll do it to yourself and you'll pay a commission to SAS for working in his shop. So you're a self-employed consultant as of immediately doing SSNA, which is Wix, WordPress, Webador, Facebook, Instagram, X, as in Twitter, Pinterest, and that's Powtoon and Prezi for onboard promotions. So you're now working for onboard promotions, as well as warm communications, as well as OJ's Computer Services, doing Prezi and Powtoon. And these are services that you'll advertise out as SSNA for new business startups under Google Garage. So you'll operate under Google Garage, your new businesses. Now you'll be expected to do Apollo documents. This is an Apollo document. This is an MP4 file, a camera file, to do presentations. And you do your presentations on YouTube and you present them out through your Proto Page environment to advertise what work the development house at High-Tech Computers is doing. Now Paul, who I believe has a new working relationship with SAS, has been tasked to do Python for the High-Tech University. You are now in charge, OJ, of the High-Tech University project, Project Empire. You're taking over Project Empire from Richard Gilbert. Richard Gilbert works full-time for a living, and he does work for Red Octopus, Red Camel of the evening and when he can find time. But he's a very busy man, and his velocity is not what we want it to be. So you'll have to get quickly on board with the Blazor Azure to take over the Manchester database. So you're now working on the Manchester database projects. Peterloo, Longhorn Peterloo, taking over under Richard J. Gilbert, who is your oracle. So you'll call upon Richard to give you examples of code that you can clone. Now I expect in your first month of working for Red Octopus that you will have made progress in your Harvard University CS50 course. So you'll be signed up for Harvard University CS50, and you'll be signed up for bsgelite.biz, and you'll be working with Richard Gilbert, and you'll be looking to take over his skill set to do student course registration. And you'll learn from Richard how to host the Blazor Azure website. Now, we don't expect you to do this within the first month, but we expect you to have started it in the first month, and we expect you to be doing weekly updates and project reports and progress reports. We want to see you making progress, and you'll go as fast as Richard Gilbert will allow you, because he's a busy man. So my expectation is you'll have plenty of time to do that, because Richard's velocity is very low. So to look at where we are, you can have a look at the delivery schedule at adamspegasus.wordpress.com. You can look for Project Zeus on bramit.wordpress.com, which you'll be working on. Project Empire's on there as well. You might be able to find stuff on Empire. Project Turin is Richard's sub-project within Empire. Richard is the product owner of Empire. You'll be his Scrum Master. Richard will still be the product owner, and you'll shout and you'll jump to what Richard tells you to do. Right. You're going to be busy. And you're going to be as busy as you want. We don't expect you to be doing 20 hours a day. We would like you to work 20 hours a day. We'd like you to be professional, and you can show to us how professional you are by your getting some velocity up. So we want to see a Prezi presentation and a Powtoon presentation on the business services that high tech are going to be providing through Warmer Communications, Foundation Computing, and Foundation Consulting. Now you can read up about Foundation Computing and Foundation Consulting and Design House by going to protopage.com, Red Octopus, and look for Red Octopus SSNA. So I expect to see in the first week of you being on employment, a full SSNA profile for high-tech computers, Warmer Communications. And like I said, that includes Prezi and Powtoon presentations for onboard promotions. And I want a feasibility study for a payroll system and a feasibility study for a HR system. That's a waterfall document, and that's Mayflower, Project Mayflower. And we'll get you working on Quo Vadis, protopage.com/Quo Vadis, or protopage.com/the Manchester database, and we'll get you started on that. But it's not all about me. It's about your career. You've got to communicate to me where you want to go and what you want to do. Then we can fit you into the organisation on where you want to go and what you want to do, and we can get somebody else on board if it's not what you want to do. We've got Federico who has the opportunity to do that as well, and Jonathan Cuss is there, and Paul is there as well. And now the big one. We want £36 million off the government to start up a hospital, a trust, and a university. You'll be taking on board Project, we'll call it Charlie. Project Charlie. The 10th of the 10th. That's the Prince's Trust. An appeal to the Prince's Trust for a grant. And you can start looking at grants from Manchester City Council, and you can start looking at grants from government grants as well. HS2 development of housing, basic housing for newly qualified students. So we're doing some dormitories, some condominiums, and some houses of multiple occupancy for newly graduated students. That will be on, hopefully it will be on Gackley Golf Course, where I believe they've got trouble with their finances and they're looking to sell the ground up and do a development. It's a rumour that I've heard, but we'll be putting a proposal to Gackley Golf Club to save the golf club, but to develop the practice ground into dormitories, condominiums, and houses of multiple occupancy. And we want £36 million to do the development. Right. That's a bit longer than the 5 minutes that I've done on my other photo booth machine. I'll probably find out that it's working now, but this is giving you a lot to go at. I shall see you on Monday. Don't know what time you're there, but I've suggested that to Sas that he should give you a job as an apprentice, because your qualifications are very thin. You can teach HTML in a day. You can teach CSS in a day. You can teach Bootstrap in a day. So you need to add other languages on there and show that you're going to be a programmer. You certainly must be looking at JavaScript and Angular, because that can be done within ProtoPage. And you can see the examples at bsgelite.biz. You can see JavaScript signature processing, which is a fundamental process within computing, and Calypso, which is a documentation procedure for waterfall documentation. Welcome on board, OJ. I hope you enjoy us. I hope you'll be friends. We've got a lot to offer you.